Hey guys, this is Neo with some fortunate news because just 2 weeks after the launch of patch 1.35, Blizzard is gracing us with the PTR update. Hells yeah! I woke up to this one. Public Test Realm is updating when you launch your Battle.net and have the Public Test Realm installed. Unfortunately, the guys from Blizzard didn't provide us with patch notes, but we dug them out and we'll present them here to you. Small changes after a bigger update have happened before, but since we haven't heard a word after the official drop, this is fortunate news, good news, but nothing too crazy, I'd say. So what does this patch do? Big question. Don't expect something too fancy. It's adjustments to the big PTR, to the big patch 1.35 that hit us not too long ago. That changed Emulation, etc., etc. So with help of some data mining, we came up with this. Emulation gets addressed, mirror image, anti-magic shell, and some smaller adjustments. And the biggest one is obviously Emulation. It was the big winner of patch 1.35. You see Emulation everywhere. And that is cool because that's something new that we haven't seen before, but maybe it was a little bit too strong, so this is getting addressed. In what way though? The damage is getting reduced on all 3 levels, from 8, 12, and 18, down to 6.5, 10, and 16. So basically, -2 damage per tick. That is -4 damage per second, except on level 1 where it's 1.5 and 3. Also, more expensive. Mana cost is up from 6 to 8 per second, so quite a bit, but there's also buffs to Emulation in the way you activate it. At the moment, to activate Emulation, you gotta pay 20 mana. That activation cost is gone, and hand in hand with that goes that the required mana to activate, which is called buffer mana, is down from 30 to 9, which basically this buffer mana guarantees you to be able to activate Emulation and have the mana for 1 tick of Emulation. So this is a little complicated, but I made a little graph for you to see what this really means. When is Emulation more expensive and when is it cheaper? Because there's no activation cost here. The blue line is the new Emulation. It starts at 0 and then it's 8 mana per tick. The old Emulation is the red bar. So it starts at 20 mana and then 6 per tick. So that means the first 10 seconds activating Emulation is actually cheaper than before. If you have Emulation up for longer than 10 seconds, the new Emulation is more expensive. And of course, throughout the entire time of Emulation activation, it is weaker. That's the big changes to Emulation. Is that enough? We'll see about that. There's more changes though, as we have a buff to mirror image. At the moment, the illusions do 15% of damage of the original Blade Master. Now it is 20% of the damage. As, to be honest, the mirror image changes didn't do anything good for the Blade Master. Banshee Anti-Magic Shell was absorbing 300 damage previously. Of course, it can now be dispelled on patch 1.35. There's a buff for 420 damage that the shell absorbs now. That is the equivalent of 2 level 2 claps and a dispel, and more than 2 dispels of a priest. Apart from that, there's some small UI improvements, so buttons are not hovering in no man's land, but it looks just a little better overall, and loading screen text fixes, etc., etc. As I said, very minor stuff. But Blizzard is continuing to tweak the balance of Warcraft 3. They're still having eyes on the game, and they saw that Emulation needs some adjustments, as well as the underwhelming mirror image. Is that gonna be enough? Is that the right direction? We'll discuss this on this channel, and of course you will discuss this in the comments as well. The link is up on Reddit. Hopefully Blizzard will provide the official patch notes as well. Maybe our data mining missed something, but those 3 are the bigger balance changes, and hopefully you'll enjoy it. Best news is though, There's active development for Warcraft 3, and that's a thumbs up, is it not? Hit the like button on the video if you like it. My opinion video is coming right afterwards, and hopefully Remo and Carson will say something about this as well. So guys, take care, thanks for watching, see you in another video with my opinion.